Good morning, is it from Zetster's Lab. You can only do what you can do with what you have been given. If we can really understand that and take that, then our life will become so much more joyful, so much easier. I created this. If you've watched my previous video, I was busy with that. And that is my, what can we call it? Slow stitching collage done with vintage linens that was hand dyed. So the reason why I actually started this was very funny. I was going through my Facebook and I saw this beautiful slow stitching artwork. Very small, but the woman, she used earthy colors, only browns. You know, it was very earthy. Oh, and I loved it. So I decided I'm gonna try that. So I ran up to my studio, my workspace, and started looking for pieces of cloth that's kind of similar to hers. You know, lots of texture, lots of dark colors, browns, even dark browns, kind of black and cream, but oh man, it was awesome. So I started looking for those and I could not find anything similar to hers. So I felt, no, now I cannot do it. And then I found my stash again, what I already had, the stuff I had lying around, my things, what I have been given, I found them. So I started just playing, really in my mind trying to do what she did. And guess what? It didn't work. And I came to a point where I just, you know what, let me just do my own thing, let me just. And then there came my peace and joy, was back. I used what I already had been given. It was there, for the taking, to be used. But no, I didn't want to use those. I wanted to make something different with stuff I didn't have been given. You hear what I'm saying? Once again, a parable between creating this and real life. We want to do things. We believe our lives should turn out a certain way and we need to do things. But we haven't been given the gifts and the material things and whatever we need to do that thing that we believe we should do. So we get very, very discouraged, and because we put that on ourselves, never mind other people, what we believe, like I did. I wanted to do that collage thing like the woman did, and then I realized, but first I haven't been given the right pieces of cloth, and I cannot actually do it because it doesn't come natural to me. So this came absolutely natural to me. I went there, sat in front, and I was just making the little blocks, pinning that onto the green cloth, just pinning the blues and the whatever colors, and then automatically my flower emerged, and then I saw these green pieces that was left over from my kimono, and it became a tree. Look at my tree. This is me. I had everything I needed to create this. It was there for the taking. All I had to do was use what I have been given to create something beautiful that comes naturally. I had everything I needed to create this. It was right there. So we've got everything that we need to create a beautiful life for us in this moment. All we got to do is just focus on what we have been given and just do what comes naturally to us in this moment. And that is how we will create our path, because we create it. But I could have stopped. I could have said, you know what, I don't have the right cloths. I don't have what I need to do what I want and believe I should do. So I'm just gonna leave it. Go and sit in sackcloth, and just be miserable because I don't have what I need to create what I want. But luckily, I know it wasn't me, it was just the life in me leading me forward, pushing me, and just say, just keep going. And remember my previous video also, I felt discouraged because I'm doing exactly the same things again. But guess what? That's me. I had the same stuff that I had, but look at this. I had the same stuff that I had to do the patch, slow stitching patch on my kimono. But when you look at this, can you see how kind of neat it is? This was my first one I did. It's kind of neat, So when I started with this one, as I said, I came to a point where I just thought, okay, it's the same again. It's your stuff, it's how you do it. So I just let loose. Wasn't that amazing? I just thought, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to use this for. That one I specifically did for the kimono. And so I tried to get it kind of neat, perfect. You know what I mean? This one, I had no preconceived ideas. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this. So I was just there sitting, and I was just doing the collage first, cutting the pieces for my flower, pinning it. Then I started to decide. I was still in the video at this stage when I stopped. I think I stopped when I was just pinning the flower, thinking, will I do a tree? But I grew up on a farm. This is natural to me. Trees, flowers, scenes like this is me, so yes, it will come naturally to me. What is in me will come out. So once again, I did this, and it's quite the same as that, because this was the kind of material, the stashes that I had left, so I could just use it. But as I said, the awesome thing about this, I didn't have any preconceived ideas, notions, what am I going to use it for? I just let it go, realized, okay, this is me, this is the life in me just flowing, just letting me create, just what comes natural out of me. And when I let go of my preconceived ideas and what I actually wanted to do, I had so much fun. And it's so much more loose than that one because I didn't care. I just enjoyed creating something with what I had. And I just want to show you. As you can see, absolutely no worries. Is it neat? Is it not? Look there, just working nice ordinary stitch there onto the stem. This was actually a knot that I just cut in these long strips. This was just a knot there and I just made that. Put it into the middle there. Look how I just worked it. There was just this white piece and I just worked that on and didn't think. You can see my nail. I closed a door on my nail a couple of days ago. Oh, it was very sore. But look at this. Look at my tree. So I really just, it was kind of like this, very rolled uppy. And I just put it on, worked it on, look there, made my little branches, and voila. Isn't this just absolutely me? You know, gorgeous. And the thing is, you can now look at this and be encouraged and be, oh, I want to do that too. And that is exactly what this is about. I looked at the other woman's piece and I was so excited to do something similar that I jumped up and ran to my workroom. And that was her job with that piece, to get me going. But instead of just realizing, go and find stuff and do, and your own stuff and create something that's you, I wanted to not do exactly the same as her, but a lot. And then I became discouraged because I didn't have the right stuff. So for years and years in my life, I was discouraged because my life didn't turn out as I wanted it to turn out. I believed at that stage, I didn't have what I needed to create a happy life for myself or a wonderful life. I needed more money. I needed more vacations, trips. I needed more friends. I needed more whatever, more. I looked at other people's lives and I thought their life is so exciting, mine is so boring. And I cannot get to have their lives because I don't have the money and the stuff. But guess what? I had been given many blessings at that stage. And the moment when I start to realize, use what you have been given to create a beautiful moment. Listen to this. We believe, okay, if this and that changes in our lives, new government, new husband, new kids, kind of, new house, new country, then my life will be better. But the only fight that we will ever have is in our minds. There's the fight. So, because everything that I now said is not true, we create our own happiness, peace, and joy in the midst. We create it by how we think and do. I don't know, the highway, it feels it's about half a kilometer that way, but today it's as if it is going right through my property. The wind must be blowing from that side. The sea is at the back. So we either have the sea the sound of the sea or the highway. Well, this morning it's the highway. So what I'm trying to say is, by creating lots of awesome moments for ourselves, that is how we create a beautiful morning, and then a beautiful day, and later a beautiful month. By using what we have, by focusing what we have, by savoring what we have, by being grateful for what we already have right now, and by using that. Like I said yesterday, I think, even if you only have a cup of tea, that is what you believe, this is the only thing that you have to be grateful for, then you make that cup of tea and you put it in the nicest cup that you have, and you go and sit in the nicest place that you can sit in this moment, and you start to savor the moment, because that is what you have been given, and that is what you can use to create to start creating your beautiful life. It starts with creating a beautiful moment where you experience the peace and the joy and the love that's already in you. And in that, call it spirit of gratefulness, thankfulness, peace and joy, you create more in that spirit. That is how we create an awesome life. I didn't realize that. I had to grow up to this worldly years, whatever you call it, to realize this and to start to grab this and do it as much as I can and share it. You know, people look at me and my Facebook and my whatever, and they say, but you've got a beautiful life, you know? And that is why I also, in between all the beauty that I post, I also share my hardships, my struggles, because that is also part of my journey. I wasn't always like this. Let's say when we go into town, or when we go to visit our kids, or I go overseas, wherever, I put the most beautiful photos on, share the beautiful photos I took. And then everybody said, when they look at Thailand, the photos, it is the most beautiful country. It is so clean. It is so wonderful. Then I say, you know what? I take so many photos. The chaos around there, like in our country, there is so much rubbish lying around, so much poverty, so much whatever. I don't focus on those things. I don't post those things. I don't allow those things to get into my spirit, because then I just make that spirit bigger. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If I tap into the peace that can be found in me, and I savor that, tap into it, then I allow the peace in me to flow out into the world, into the peace that can be found. So we all want peace in the world, but we're not willing to find the peace in ourselves. And I had to learn that. I cannot find beauty out there if I don't find it in me first. Because what is in me, I will see in this world. What is stifling the life in me is what I will see manifested in this world. If I feel ugly and poor and depressed, that is what I will see in this world, because That is what I am creating in me, that feeling. So that is why it is life important. If you want to come alive, feel alive, experience the abundant life, it got to start in you. It starts with being grateful and start using and appreciating what you already have been given. Love you lots. Is it from Zetster's Lab? I have no idea what I am going to use this for. I also have no idea what my next project is going to be. But I really felt I just need to share this, show you this, and share this message. And that's what I'm doing. That was my next step. So I just did my next step. And another thing, you do what you feel and are led to do without any expectations, you know. Oh, so many people are going to look, so many people are going to like, or blah, 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 blah. No, just do what you can do in this moment with what you have been given, with any preconceived ideas. Just do it. Just experience the joy and the peace and whatever that rise up in you while you look at my little angel, while you are doing what you can do in this morning. It was so awesome. I was brushing my teeth and I was looking over to my bed, and this little thing was lying on the cushions. I already made the bed and she was lying in the cushions. And I thought, you know what? I was thinking about this message and I thought, she knows. She's been given to live in this house with us in this area, and she's making the most of it every second of every day. She took the nicest, cleanest spot and she was just chilling, using what she has to create a beautiful moment. Voila! Now she found me, and now she's sitting here enjoying this, just being with me, looking on the table, just watching, enjoying the moment. And that's where we need to grow to get to the point where we just savor and enjoy this moment. Oh, another thing. I'm learning. I always say, and I experience, now is all that we ever have, this moment, now. The past, everything that we know of the past are just memories. And everything that we kind of know about the future is just vain imaginations. We imagine how the future is going to turn out. So mostly that brings us so much fear that we can barely live our moment-to-moment lives, because what if I don't make it? I don't have enough money for my old age. What if this? What if that? What, you know? So we live in that fear. But we bring that vain imaginations that we are thinking into our moment. So the same we do with our memories of the past. Our mind gonna bring those memories into our present moment, and we allow that memories to steal the abundant life that is ours to enjoy in this moment. But we don't, because we are bound by fear of the future and bound by hurts and stuff of the past. Think about it. Why will you drag all the hurts of the past into this moment and then allow it to steal your peace and joy and love and provision and whatever you have been given to enjoy in this moment? But you don't, because we drag those things from the past into our present moment and the fears of the future. That's how we allow the enemy to enter, to come and steal, kill, and destroy the life in us. We do it, nobody else. Me, myself, and I do this. We allow our minds to control us by dragging hurts and stuff from the past and vain imaginations of the future into our present moment, where they steal what we desperately need to create a beautiful, peaceful, loving, awesome, exciting life that is filled with the unconditional love and power and patience and whatever we need for this moment. And that's how we create a terrible, miserable life. Thank you that I can share my journey with you. Love you lots. And I know I've been where you are, even if I don't know where you are. I've been there. I can only share this because I've been there where my mind was controlling my whole life, and I experienced my life as being miserable, boring, fearful, depressed. And I got out of it by starting to control my mind, if you can call it that, by starting to find my beauty in this moment. Oh well, love you lots.